Well, hello everyone. I'm Christina. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome all new viewers. It's very good to see you. Texas is currently having record-breaking, ongoing temperatures, and it's not just what's printed on the screen; it's what it feels like and why it feels this way. I mean, Texas is already known for heat that is unlike other places, really. And even for Texas, this is life-threatening. It really is. It's already trying to take lives, and I happen to know that for a fact. Okay, today Wednesday. Oh yes, Wednesday, June 21st. So it is the beginning of the summer solstice officially right now. All right, chat is up for me. Hello, Connie, Debbie, Keith. Mwah. Love you, Keith. Good seeing you yesterday. Carol, hello. Wonderful. And Rick Thompson. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for the thumbs up. And all right. So, hello, Clarissa. West, yeah, we need some rain too. That's for real. As of a week ago, we're looking at 100 degrees to 103-degree temps right here in my area. But they kept telling us the feels like temperatures were 112, 116 kind of temperatures. Now, it's going down a little bit for the next few days because of the rain that we are going to start getting here. But as of Sunday, back to 100, Monday, 103, 102 for Tuesday, and 102 for Wednesday. And it's forecasted to be very bright and sunny. Now, I'll tell you what I do, and this actually helps a lot when it's at the peak of the heat of the day. Take some cold water and throw it on your concrete driveway or on your rocks, and it'll evaporate. I like will spray the rocks around. I mean, they're like barbecue pit hot. Next thing I know, there will be cloud over my house because I don't have a shade tree. Okay, it gets hot in here. The air conditioners, it's not just mine, are starting to have trouble keeping up with how hot it is. In fact, some newspaper articles have come out about it. One by Axios, title is Texas Steam Bath Continues with Record-Breaking Heat. Texans are used to hot weather, but the combination of tropical level humidity with triple-digit high temperatures is making for dangerous president-busting extreme heat events. Let me say that again. Is making for a dangerous precedent-busting extreme heat event. Why it matters. On average, extreme heat is the biggest annual weather-related killer in the United States, per the National Weather Service. In Texas, the long duration of heat, lasting longer than a week with no end in sight, is worsening the risk. With heat indices reaching upward of 120 degrees Fahrenheit across parts of the Lone Star State, the high temperatures are endangering lives. The big picture. Steam bath-like heat has enveloped the vast majority of the Lone Star State, along with parts of Oklahoma and Louisiana for the past week. It is forecasted to continue into the weekend and may even intensify next week. The heat wave in Texas and surrounding states has prompted the National Weather Service to issue heat warnings and advisories for more than 40 million people at a time. The high dew points characterizing this event have themselves set records, making the air feel as thick as it does in a tropical rain forest. Such a humid air mass has made nighttime relief nearly impossible to experience without air conditioning. By keeping air temperatures higher, otherwise would be. Zoom in. The heat wave is tied to a strong upper level high pressure area or heat dome centered over north central Mexico, with its influence bulging northward into the U.S. Along the periphery of the heat dome, rounds of deadly severe thunderstorms have erupted, bringing tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds, and flash flooding in multiple states. The heat dome's intensity is itself rare, ranking among the top echelon of such weather systems for its location. It has contributed to the numerous long-standing heat records that have been set in Mexico during the past week as well, including Mexico City's hottest June day on record with a high of 92.5 Fahrenheit. This may seem relatively cool, but the city sits about 7,200 feet above sea level, making such heat extremely rare. Of note, the affected areas in the south central states and Mexico are in line with global development. Deadly extreme heat has scorched parts of India and China, and the North Atlantic Ocean continues to break sea surface temperature records with alerts issued for marine heat waves that can damage coral reefs. hmm Coral reefs, that would most likely be heat from underneath the floor rather than above it, most likely. Context. Climate change is increasing the severity, frequency, and likelihood of extreme heat events in the U.S. and worldwide, numerous studies show. Climate Central's Climate Shift Index recently showed the high temperatures forecast during the ongoing heat wave are at least 5 times more likely to occur now due to increased amounts of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere compared to the pre-industrial era. By the numbers, San Angelo, Texas broke its all-time record high of 111 degrees Fahrenheit, reaching 114 on Tuesday afternoon. Temperature data in San Angelo goes back to 1907, according to the National Weather Service meteorologist Victor Murphy. Temperatures at locations near the Mexican border have been running higher because of drier air there. Del Rio hit an all-time record high of 113 on Tuesday. On Tuesday, the heat index, which combines the effects of temperature and humidity on the human body, soared to 127 degrees Fahrenheit in Kingsville, Texas, located near the Gulf Coast, about 30 miles southwest of Corpus Christi. Dallas and San Antonio broke their records for the hottest heat index since data began there. In addition, the high temperature in Houston reached 100 degrees Fahrenheit on Monday, a month earlier than usual. What they're saying, with the increase in water vapor in the atmosphere these days due to global warming, we're seeing ridiculously high dew point values, which exacerbate the risk of increasingly high feels like temperatures. And that's killing us. It's like living in a sauna. It's awful. Okay, between the lines. So far, other than disruptions from severe thunderstorms, the famously problematic Texas grid has held up, with a weather watch continuing through Wednesday. And yes, it does say excessive heat warning Houston to Galveston by the National Weather Service. Heat warning remains in effect until 8 p.m. And generally, the hottest part of the day is between really like 1 and 6 p.m. around here lately, and it finally starts cooling down really around 7 to 8. It starts finally cooling down, but it'll be like midnight, and it's still really hot outside, like in the 80s, and it's very muggy. But the rest of this article, I wonder how long it goes. I mean, it's got a lot of information in it. Okay. It says what's next. Parts of Texas may see some very slight temperature relief on Thursday and Friday, but more extreme heat is on tap after that, which I was just explaining. That it says during much of June, the jet stream, which flows from west to east across North America, has been split into two branches, with one screaming across the south, contributing to severe thunderstorm outbreaks. The other branch is retreated far to the north across Canada. All right, so NASA's talking about, somebody's talking about a total eclipse. It's recent or about to happen, but going back to the weather, a power outage is actually planned for an area near Fort Worth Texas. Tri-County Electric Cooperative originally scheduled the outage to begin at 9 a.m. Yep, it was a planned power outage, and they're still planning it. Crescent, Texas, a planned power outage that was scheduled. Yes. Doesn't look like it would affect a whole lot of people, but they wanted to give everybody a day to voluntarily conserve electricity, like, your batteries, cut the lights off type of thing. All right. Yeah. So that's what that says. So really, you want to be very, very, very careful in this weather. And I wanted to go over the signs of a heat stroke because yesterday I was faced with just that. Not myself personally, but it was very unexpected. I went to help a friend that had a flat tire, and I did not expect that when I got there, he would be so sick. And it was a long way from my house. I was with him for a very, very long time, but he was completely unwilling to go to the hospital. So I did everything I could, but it sucked because I wanted to get him to the hospital, and he just kept saying no, no, no. But I could tell something was definitely wrong. He was weak. He was faint. His face was flushed. He he was getting aggressive, like cussing people out through the car window. I'm trying to bring him to get his tire, and just nausea, vomiting, and one particular thing is his vision started going in and out. Like he went blind a few times. All right. So, and this started at 10 o'clock in the morning here in the Houston area. I had to go to Spring on 1960 to help. So, signs of heat stroke, throbbing headache can be there, confusion, nausea, dizziness, body temperature above 103. They're hot, they're red face, very red on the skin, dry, damp skin, rapid or strong pulse. I tried feeling for his pulse, but I couldn't seem to get one. He was alive, but I couldn't figure out how to, with a thick neck, I guess. But strong pulse, rapid, and fainting, lots of loss of consciousness. There can be heat cramps, heat exhaustion. He wanted to lay down, and I was like, "Don't do that." I had a feeling, you know, don't do that. Don't lay down. Don't go to sleep. Not out here. Ooh. And so I kept trying to get him cool. I brought him Gatorade. People were giving him water. He literally threw up inside the tire shop. It's really bad, and it's just now starting to hit summer. The temperatures may be high at looking at, or maybe not seem that high, but the feels like temperatures are deadly. Hello, sunshine. Raquel. Okay, lunar eclipse, July 4th, buck moon. Leo. Okay, thank you. Hello, Misconduct. Been a minute since I've seen you. Sunshine's keeping her bird bath filled too. Yes, yes. Be aware of your fur babies and fur friends in the store in the forest. Keith Fancher, I have a dehumidifier in my house that helps me deal with higher temps inside. I usually let it swing up to 78 when the humidity is down about 37%. Plus, your AC doesn't work as hard. I do have a dehumidifier. I need to try that. Yes, it is so hot in here. Oh my gosh, it's bad. All right. So I just wanted to let you know that now, if you can, I mean, unfortunately, I could not convince this man to go to the hospital. But after hours of hanging out with him and doing whatever I could, I did have to go. He finally went to the hospital. And by the time he stopped being stubborn, he doesn't know if he'll ever get his eyesight back in one of his eyes. That could be you. That can be somebody you know. So if you can take charge of that situation and you know that it's serious, do it. You know, he was at the gas station I was trying to calm down at, and he started cussing, and the ambulance was just turning to go the other way through the driveway. He thought somebody had called it for him. And it was probably him just having a heat stroke, but he was that adamant. But everybody else, what you want to do is keep them in a cool place. Make sure you have like a vomit bag or something for them to throw up in. Just don't give them anything to eat. Just keep giving them fluids. Let them take it slow, or they will throw it back up. If they're already throwing up, it's probably best not to give them anything by mouth, unless maybe you have some ice chips. But if they're not able to keep anything down, it really is time to go to the hospital. All right. Hello, TNT. Yeah, I prefer temps around 50 to 70 myself, especially the older I'm getting. Whew, my goodness. All right, everybody. Please look out for your neighbors. Please be aware of this heat. Take care of yourself. Remember, frozen. You know them hot water bottles that I got just a couple months ago? With little cute turtleneck sweaters on them. Well, I've been putting water in them and throwing them in the freezer. Oh, it's wonderful. It's like a little piece of heaven. So if you don't have air conditioning in your car, like moi, keep yourself cool. Frozen water bottles. Keep a couple in the refrigerator. It'll really make a huge difference. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.